Hello, everybody. Hello. What's going on, everybody? What's good? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Your boy is back. You know what I'm saying? After a day hiatus. Yeah, man. Yesterday was a lot going on yesterday, man. Business wise, trying to get some things done. Still working on um still working on real recognize real. We want to get things right for you, you know what I'm saying? So that way, you know what I'm saying, like it's popping off and cracking off. Especially my partner, man. He's very very big stickler about making everything pristine, you know what I'm saying, and making sure everything is all good before we, you know what I'm saying, put it all the way out there for you. So we coming with you, you know what I'm saying? Bear with us. It's coming, you know what I'm saying? Real recognize real podcast is coming. Don't worry about it. Just gonna have you wait for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, one more week. Till we can, you know what I'm saying, tighten things up for you, you know what I'm saying, provide you with a good show, entertain you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do, man. Like I told y'all, we do here at 800 Styles Productions in the first place. You know what I'm saying? We just out here to make sure we just give good information, man, to good people that want to be in good relationships with good people, right? You know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep it cracking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like all the things that we do, all the things that my company provides, um, all my partnerships, just things that can help with our culture, and you know what I'm saying, have some fun, you know what I'm saying, talking about these things, and laugh about some things, but at the same time, talk about issues. You know what I'm saying? I think it's best for us to do that, especially nowadays in um today's world and the societies that we live in. I think it's good for us to have conversations, and many conversations out there, man. I mean, and I'm not shunning any podcast. I don't think that no podcast should not be around. I think, like I said, this is a air. It's 80 billion people on the face of this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like something that you're gonna talk about, somebody's gonna want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even people that don't know that they want to hear it, when they hear it, you know what I'm saying? So it's 80 billion people out here, man. So you know what I mean? Keep coming with it, man. Coming with these words and using these avenues to broadcast your knowledge and broadcast your mindset, broadcast your beliefs. And you know what I'm saying? And people will pick it up. You know what I'm saying? People will pick it up, or if they don't, they'll put it down. It's all good. But you know what I'm saying? At least put it out there. So, and that's what I'm doing, man. Here at 800 Styles Productions, baby. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to Thailand TV, man. It's my TV, man. It's my channel, man. It's my station, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it, man. Um, yeah, man. My boys, man, last night handle they business, you know what I'm saying? The T Wolves handle they business, you know what I'm saying? I put on my Minnesota Gophers, you know what I'm saying? That's I will be having a show where I'm going to talk about Minnesota sports, and in particular University of Minnesota colleges, right? University of Minnesota in particular, and just talk about, I seen somebody else was asking questions about this on a podcast before, so I feel like I wanted to get involved in it too. Put my 2 cents in about the state of Minnesota sports, and the college scene for Minnesota sports. But you know what I'm saying, that'll be down the way, man. But yeah, Minnesota, man, we stand up. T Wolves did our business. Most of the teams did their business like they were supposed to do. Like I say, man, hey, I went on it with a lot of people, man. I've jumped on that bandwagon of saying that sports are soap opera. You know what I'm saying? Like I first found out about soap opera and sports when it came to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know how that everybody know how that go. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Body suplex, bow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The elbow, the flying elbow. I was like, yo, this is crazy. But you know how that all turned out when you got older and finally realized the business side of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but sports is what it is. And with this showmanship of these owners and how they do things, you never know, right? But I still kind of feel like, having four-way teams win for the first time in conference playoffs is a soap opera. You know, I'm gonna call it what it is. That's me. That's just my show. So I'm gonna call it what it is, right? So, but then after they got the first one out, after they got their little storyline, the foretell never been done in history, blah, 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 blah. Now we get back to business, right? OKC handled their business, right? 50. You know what I'm saying? They 50 them. You know what I mean? They half a note. You know what I'm saying? The team. So that's you know what I mean? T Wolves without Steph. Come on, man. Like I said, man, some weird storylines in the first games, but you know what I'm saying? The second game, T Wolves did what they needed to do, handled their business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Boys do what they needed to do, man. Ant, scary moment for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But he came back, did his thing. Your boy, I gotta give it up to your boy, man. I told y'all, man. I've been on your boy all season long. Ever since the shit, I've been on your boy. I've been on your boy, Julius Randle for like years. I've been on Randle for years. You know, since he was back with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So, I I gotta stand up, man, right now and give a shout out to him, man. Huge, huge um presence last night, man. And just you know, something about him now that I love is that um for the word forcing comes to mind, right? I used to always have a problem with Julius Randle because of the way he forced things. And in basketball, I was always taught you let the game come to you, right? Well, I felt like players that force things make things worse than you know what I'm saying they truly can be. So Julius Randle was one of those guys that I felt was doing that, you know what I'm saying, over his years. But last night, boy, shit, the last 2-3 months, but last night in particular, I think the guy really stood out to me because he didn't stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he was forcing issues. There was times where he was driving to the basket and he'd get a foot in the lane and he'd jump and he'd kick it out. He kick it out. Back in the day, man, he got the back in the day, man. Shoot, not even just back in the day, man. 3, 4 months ago, if he had a foot in the paint, the shot was going up. It didn't matter who else. It could be 8 defensive players in the lane. The shot's still going up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, y'all know, and y'all know me. Y'all know me. I speak about that all the time. So I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop speaking about it. Right? That is a pet peeve of mine of watching basketball, watching somebody do that. You know what I'm saying? And the way he's transitioned his game with us, the Minnesota Timberwolves, has been just a really eye opening moment for him because I think he's embracing it and the way he's embracing it has shown on the court because now you see him saying, "Okay, my guy ain't working it out right now." I mean, my guy goes down with the ankle injury, whatever it is, right? And he steps up and does it. And then what he does is this is the killer right here. What he does is when he does that, when he steps up to say, okay, I'll put the team on my shoulders, he doesn't make it seem like now I'm pushing you out to make everybody know now it goes through me. He actually makes it like, okay, I'm coming out, but I'm gonna bring the team with me, and we gonna ride like this until our star gets back. That's you can actually kind of feel that's the way he's playing. He's almost playing like, okay, I'm doing this at this level until my star gets back. I'm not trying to make y'all feel like I'm the go-to man forever. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell when I'm watching him play that's what he's kind of doing. It is dope because he's smiling, you know what I'm saying? He's playing, of course, you know what I'm saying, in the rigors of playing basketball, you're going to have some ups and downs, some emotions and stuff like that. It's an emotional game, but he's smiling a lot. He's just playing natural. And I think that comes a lot with him being able to understand the weight is not on him. You know what I'm saying? And for real, like if they lose games, the weight is still going to be on Ant. And if the way he play and he's still playing at that level of, you know what I'm saying, being able to take over things on his own. But now he knows that that weight is not on him. So he can kind of fill in, you know what I'm saying, where need to be. And the biggest asset is be able to take over the reins at the right times and then relinquish it again. You know what I'm saying, when necessary. So I'm feeling dude, man. Big ups to him, man. And the supporting cast, you guys are all still doing y'all thing. Alexander Walker, you know what I'm saying? I met all these guys, man. They're all around the same Dan McDaniels, they all around the same size. And I mess with DiVincenzo and Nas Reed. You know what I'm saying? Just consistent dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes his scoring slumps a little bit sometimes, but what he does out there is pretty consistent, and what he gives you, and then on long arms, playing defense, and being able to pop a shot, man, when you need. So our team, man, has everything you need, man. Rudy Gobert, man, he does his numbers, man. He does his numbers, man. 12 and 11, 13, 11. I mean, them is some serviceable numbers. So, you know what I'm saying? Big out to Rudy, because I'll be banging on Rudy head, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me, man. Soft just ain't something I like. I don't you know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. That's just me. You know, some people might like soft, you know what I mean? Some people whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Soft is just something I can't, because and I've been asked this before, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get rid of the word soft? You know what I'm saying? How can you explain something without using the word soft? And it's like you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you could do a lot of things and still be soft. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have a passion for something, but be soft. You know what I'm saying? Or even in sports, basketball, you can go to the basket aggressively, but go to the basket aggressively and then be soft, right? So, soft is just a term, man. Like you know what I mean? Like I've seen too many moments of softness to not actually call it what it is and try to find a new word for it. It's just not. There's not a word that fits it better than just soft. Like pillow fights. You know what I'm saying? I've said it before. So um yeah, man. T Wolves, man. Loving y'all doing y'all thing. The Knicks. It's crazy, man. The Knicks got Boston on the ropes, man. The Knicks have Boston on the ropes, man, and Boston is um was said to be the highest percentage to win the NBA championship. I mean, that's what everybody called it out, man. And their team is stacked. So this is pretty telling about the NBA. You know what I'm saying? The swing and the shift of the NBA, because you got guys like New York, man. You got some dogs in there, man, and dogs are gonna fight. They're gonna scrap and they're gonna fight. So, and that's what they've been doing over there. Bridges, man, that dude is crazy, man. That dude is crazy. I didn't think he was as good as he is. So that's dope that he's that they got him over there. And the Villanova boys, man, you know what I'm saying? When they say they got a pope, Villanova got a pope, you know what I'm saying? We got a pope, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, times are changing, man. You know what I'm saying? So we making moves out here, man. Um, and the dogs is loose, man. Let these dogs loose, man. Let everybody loose. Cause it's crazy, because it's like, you think about like the dog in people, man, especially the dog in youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know me, I preach this stuff all the time about the inner passion and the inner love and the inner spirit and the inner animal in young people. You know what I'm saying? And trying to bring that out of them. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a young age, so they can witness it. Because a lot of times kids have to witness what you're saying. They have to see what you're talking about. Like, even if you're implementing something, sometimes, especially not sometimes, but more so. This wasn't so the case when I was younger. We were more hands on, but nowadays, the kids nowadays, they don't want to move unless they can see that it's working. I want you to show me that it's working. That's why social media and the video age is so huge right now, because they want to see, right? And you know what I'm saying, with anything, you implement something, and when they go out there and do it, you can kind of even look at them, they'll look back at you, like look over at you like, whoa, this worked, right? So that's an aspect you got to remember in young people, that they have to see it. So we have had a situation when I was coaching a long time ago, back when I was over at Sanford Middle School. This was back when I first started with Minneapolis Public Schools, as an educational aide and after school program coordinator. But I was working with those programs over in Sanford, and they asked me to be part of the football program that they had started over there. I tried to get the head coaching position, but they brought in a guy who kind of had a little bit more experience than I did at that. But he brought me on as his assistant, and we was, what I'm saying, we was cool, man. We worked together really really well, man. Our team was pretty cool. And one of the reason why I bring this up is because one of the kids in particular had an incident at school, and I worked at the school at the time too. So, um, they called me up to the classroom, and this kid is going off on the teacher, getting in an argument with the teacher, talking crazy to the teacher. So I had to kind of help calm him down and help get him out of the classroom and bring him down to The Office, and it's so bad that it's so bad. It got so bad where sitting there telling the kid, you know what I'm saying, yeah, we're gonna call your mom, we're gonna call your parent, or whatever. I think it was just your mom, single parent kid. And the kid's like, yeah, yeah, forget her, forget y'all, forget her. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna do nothing to me or whatever, talking crazy. And I was like, and it was just ironic that I'm his football coach. Cause like immediately, you know what I'm saying, when I'm hearing that, I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. So um he shows up to practice. And I'm like, yo, nah, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? After what you did today at school, yeah, that's not gonna work. You can't, sorry, but you can't be a part of this team. And he was sad, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that, this is the stuff that I'm telling you guys about with young people. Like he was sad, bro. Like he was really sad. Like he was crushed. Like these sports, a lot of times, are all these kids got. You know what I'm saying? As far as motivating to be better people. You know what I'm saying? So, this is why I talk the way I talk, because I'm being around people that this is all they have. Like straight up, like this sports thing and teaching kids at this level of passion is all they got. They don't have nothing else. When they go home, they don't have nobody else. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, single parent homes, the parents working two jobs. You know what I'm saying? So, or doing whatever they got to get done, man. And so the kids home a lot of times by themselves. So this is all they get. So when they get somebody like that that's pulling them out of the fire, you're going to get a lot of resistance. But then at the times where you watch, like I said, I had to tell this young man, you can't be on his team no more, and his face just dropped, but had to do what he had to do. So takes off, and then probably about a week or two later, you know what I'm saying, walking around in the hallway, and he comes up to me, and he's like, Coach Ty, you know what I'm saying, can I get back on the team, man? I'm like, man, look, man, I don't think that's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I told you, you know what I'm saying, my policies, I told you my whatever, right? And he goes off, whatever, and he shows up at practice, you know what I'm saying? So me and coach talking, you know what I'm saying? We like, all right, look, all right, you know what I'm saying? You whatever, I've been hearing things about your school doing pretty good or whatever about this Skippy. Okay, we're gonna give you a chance, right? So we tell him, look, you gotta do you know what I'm saying, you gotta do 100 laps. That's around the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you want to make this? You want to make this back? You want to make this up? Drop down and give us 100 laps around the field, right? You know what I'm saying? If you want it bad enough, come on, right? And this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. The story is true shit. Excuse my language early morning show, but the story is real. Like, this kid, man, he takes off and starts doing his laps. You know what I'm saying? And even a couple of kids, man, it was like a movie almost, man. The little kids was like, yo, we want to help him. We'll help him do a couple of laps or whatever. So they started helping out, you know what I'm saying, doing laps for him and stuff. And it was really a memorable moment because, it just showed that, this young man learned that it's going to take a lot in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think in that moment as a child, he learned, like, man, I can't half step this. I can't half step this at all. You know what I'm saying? I got to be for real about this. And not just sports, just for real about life in general and the good things that I want out of life. And, at a young age in middle school, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing that connection. And, just, I know it worked because I remember one time, I come back a few years later, I come back and I go to I go over to McDonald's off of Hiawatha and go in there, and he's working there. You know what I'm saying? He's working at McDonald's, and this kid is like a kid, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Sanford Middle School. Y'all know the type, especially back in you know what I'm saying, early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of environment it was over there, right? You know what I'm saying? So this young man is going to school. He's going to Roosevelt at the time, alma mater. You know what I'm saying? Praise. You know what I'm saying? Roosevelt High School, Teddy's, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he's working at McDonald's. And I was just like, just from where he came from to be having a job after school, like that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But it shows that that implication of what he went through when he was younger in middle school was powerful because it taught him, man, it gave his mind an impression of how one mistake can change your life negatively. You know what I mean? So, and just seeing that, I would love to tap in and see where he's at now. It was a long time ago, man. It was I was in my 20s, early 20s, when I was doing that. So that was a long, long time ago. This young man should be doing things and have family by now. So I would love to tap in and you know what I'm saying, might have to do that, man. Update y'all on that story. Um, another example of that, you know what I'm saying, when I was coaching at um um Apple Valley High School under Coach Pat. We had a kid, pretty much exact similar situation. We had a kid who, you know, one of the things that we try to push at Apple Valley High School is the communication. I think that that's the most hugest thing about young people is communicating. You got things to do, you got problems, you can't be part of something, you can't make practice, you're gonna be late. Communicate, right? And back at this point in time, I was under Coach Pat, and we had a kid who you know, had to go out of town, you know what I'm saying, but didn't tell us, you know what I'm saying? And it was for tryouts, you know what I'm saying? And it was a kid that most likely we, you know, already from the jump, we already, you know what I'm saying, had him a part of what we were going to be doing. But for him not to show up, we was like, okay, you know, moving on. I mean, that's especially at that point in time, because we were like really, really low on the totem pole as far as conference and how, you know, saying how the team was being looked at as far as finishing. So we was like, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't down for the get down, then we about to move on, you know what I'm saying, real quick, right? Similar situation. He shows up. Like our first summer practice. We were like, man, you wasn't even here, dude. He was like, no, man, no, you know, like you didn't even communicate with us, man. You got to talk to us, you know. And you know, he was like, man, come on, coach. You know, coach, and coach was like, Coach Pat was like, hey, look, player, why don't you go ahead and why don't you give me 200 suicides? he said, if you wanted that, hey, if you wanted that bad, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you wanted that bad, you know what I'm saying? Drop 200 suicides. He's like, man, that'll take me forever. Okay. If it takes you forever, it takes you forever. But if you want to be on this team, if you really got that passion to play for us and be on this and be a part of this again after the mistake you made, this is what you need to do. Guess what? He did the 200 suicides. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a couple times, man. I'd be like, he say out a number, and then like 5-10 minutes later, his number was like way higher than what would be in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't, you know, it ain't like, hey, I'm the assistant. You know what I'm saying? I, you know what I'm saying? Head coach make the final decision. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the assistant. So, but yeah, but you know what I'm saying? He did the 200 though. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like 3-4 practices, 3-4-5 practices. And it was like I think a whole week of practices. We practicing, and he on the sideline, he off to the side doing killers. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you tell these kids, this is what you have to do in order to be a part of this. They'll do it. Ironic, isn't it? It's ironic, right? That's why we can't be soft with them. That's why we can't give in to what they want. That's why we can't go to their table. We sit at the champion table. Tell them, y'all want to come and sit at the champion table? Y'all want to feel like it's be the champion? Come over here. Come over. Guess what they'll do? They'll get up and they'll come over. Right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to those young men that I'm particularly talking about right now, giving an example about, because those young men stood up and showed that, hey, you know what? I'm down for this and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Right? So now that's going to pop off into what we're talking about today. I want to talk about being the plug. You know what I'm saying? Like being the plug. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows this terminology, the plug, who the plug, you know what I'm saying? I'm the plug. You know what I'm saying? Plug in the plug. You know what I'm saying? Who's the plug? Where the plug at? You know what I'm saying? Right. When I came up, the plug was like, you know what I'm saying? Like whether it was how can I say this? Whether it was illegal material, I don't know because I don't do illegal material. I don't do illegal nothing. But I'm just saying whether this is the stuff that you were getting from people, that's what the plug was. The plug was somebody legal, somebody that just had an in for a better opportunity, a better chance, better clothing, better whatever it is. Somebody got an avenue for it, right? And they can tell you where it's at. They can get it for you, or they can tell you where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the plug was. So In particular, let me read the definition. You know me, I'm a definition person, right? Webster's Dictionary, Woman's Dictionary, but this is the Webster's Dictionary day today, right? You know what I'm saying? But the plug, right? The plug dictionary says the noun of it is an obstruction, blocking a hole or a pipe. Also, um, also it says that it's a device for making an electrical connection, especially between an appliance and a power supply, consisting of an insulated casing with metal pins that fit into the holes of an outlet, right? So plugging into the outlet, right? You prongs, hole, plug in, power, right? Pretty simple. The verb form of it, to block or fill in, and then also to mention a product, event, or establishment publicly in order to promote it. That's what we touching on right now, right? That part of it, right? Now, back, like I was speaking on with back in the day with the plug bit. So, you know, like I have an in particular situation with a plug, right? And we had these plugs, right? They was called crackheads. You know, like all these y'all young people got, man. I'm scared for y'all because y'all got all this stuff out nowadays, man. This fentanyl crap, whatever the heck that is. Stay the hell away from that. Matter of fact, just stay away from, you know what I'm saying, most drugs in particular, because you don't know how they mix and stuff. But back in the day, we used to have these crackheads, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, crackheads stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking. And y'all know what I'm talking about. All my grown folks know what I'm talking about. That, especially if you grew up in the hood, you know what I'm talking about, right? We had these people. I'm sure in the suburbs it was like that. I'm sure in the suburbs you had this too. But you had these people, man, that was, you know what I'm saying, that was addicted to cocaine or crack, and they would literally come around the neighborhood, have everything, right? So I'm sitting on the couch, I'm sitting on my front stoops one day, and our little local crackhead, our local crackhead, come down the street. You know what I'm saying? He had like a little one of the little garbage things, and he come rolling by. He's like, "Hey man, what's up, man? What y'all doing, man?" We like, "Oh man, we chilling." He's like, "Hey man," and he came by every day like he was a salesman. He came by like a salesman. He's like, "Yo man, what I got? Man, I got all this. I got all this." So one day he comes over with his little garbage thing, and he got a TV in there, like a 25-inch TV, small TV, 30-inch TV or whatever. I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, it's nice TV, man. But I don't want no 30-inch TV, man. I'm looking for something bigger." He's like, what size you need? What size you need? What size you need? I'm like, "Man, I'm looking to get like, you know what I'm saying, maybe like a 50, 60. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. I got you. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So you think, man, y'all think I'm lying, man? I'm not lying, man. I'm telling you these stories for real, man. So he come back the next day. He got TV. I can't come through get this 60. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, it's this TV, man. $300. $300. Oh shit, that's it. Excuse my language. That's it. I'm like, oh man, okay, we might have to rock with that, man. But that was how it was back in the day, man. Like, you know, so I'm sure in the suburbs I had that too. Somebody come rolling through, like, yeah, man, let me mow your lawn, man. You know what I'm saying? $30, mow your lawn, right? And you know, it's the plug. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find it, grab it for the discount rate. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving examples. You know what I'm saying? Telling stories about myself, things that happened in my life, my past life. But hey, man, these are just glimpses into me, man, in my mind, man, my daily affirmations and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this information is, you know what I'm saying, something you can take from it, whatever, laugh, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, blessings. If not, it wasn't meant for you. But yeah, I mean, like I said, hookup. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. I mean, like, the plug is gonna be the person that gives you the hookup. Supposed to be the person that gives you the hookup, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody coming through with the clothing deals. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, bootleggers. You know what I'm saying? Or just people that are just selling clothes for the low rate. I don't know how they get them. That's the thing about it. I don't know how to get them now. It's a lot easier to get your stuff and manufacture your stuff and find some type of distributor that can get you discount product. You know what I'm saying? If you can find somebody that has that type of distributor or has the connections for that, you know what I'm saying, you get the hookup, man. You get the exclusive deals. You know what I'm saying? And makes life a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might get, especially when it comes to clothes, you might get like stuff that ain't as high quality as original stuff. And sometimes you might get stuff that's just like it. So, um, you know, figure it out, weed it out. But you know what I'm saying? Most of the time the plug, man, is supposed to have that low key deal. You know what I'm saying? That low key deal, that VIP, you know what I'm saying, on the prices. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what it is. That's how the plug work, right? And then that's all about material stuff and everything like that. But also, being the plug is knowledge based, right? You know what I'm saying? Like information exchange. You know what I'm saying? Like I think one of the biggest things about being a plug is that if you don't have it, you know somebody that can get it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the biggest things about being a plug is just not having that um idealistic type of mindset to where you think that they have to come through you, but you're okay and you're willing to pass them on to somebody else or connect them with somebody else or connect them with a place or a service that's willing to do what they're looking for, how they're looking for it. And, we got to get to that point, in general in life. You know what I'm saying? I think that people got to be okay with passing along the information and pointing people in the right direction and servicing where you can, and then what you can't do, bringing in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, making it a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm saying I do. Like I'm a videographer, so you know what I'm saying. I mix with musicians and artists and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a guy, my homeboy DJ Kamikaze. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one time when I did a documentary, I needed him to uh, make a soundtrack for me. You know what I'm saying? And he put together a whole bunch of songs for me on a CD and used some of those songs for some of the stuff that I was making at the time. But that's what it is, the plug. You know what I'm saying? He's a plug, right? And he plugged me, you know what I'm saying? And then I did a video for him, so I plugged him, you know what I'm saying? So he able to promote himself and get his stuff out there. And that's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? That's what being a plug is about, you know what I'm saying? Mainly is making sure that we're adding to each other, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do or the information I'm gonna give you is gonna add to what you already doing and help along or aid along in what you got, what your plans is or whatever you're trying to pop off. Because like I said before, man, it takes a village, man. I mean, and that's what everything, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a village for that stuff to work, man. Everybody's got to be tapped into that type of mentality, man. Everybody's got to be tapped into wanting to be the plug for each other. Everybody's got to be tapped into saying, okay, the information that I have is very important to help other people get off, get started and get off the blocks, you know what I'm saying, with an advantage. And as long as everybody's tapped in with that type of lifestyle and the type of mentality, man, it's better for all of us. And once we all get to that, we all become better. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of what the whole situation behind Black Wall Street was. I feel like it was a place where, you know, um, the African American community was able to come there and shop and spend money um, and make each other better and make each other more lucrative, and it worked. It really worked, especially because of the type of people that we were. You know what I'm saying? At that time, things have changed, man. Like I tell y'all, sometimes to be your own kind. You know what I'm saying? To be your own kind for real. This real stuff, man. This is stuff that I'm saying to you guys, but it's true and facts. You know what I'm saying? So it be your own kind sometime, and I think that's you know one of the things that helped Black Wall Street flourish was the way that they were able to work with each other, work on each other, and plug in with each other. And until somebody who had to come in there and tear it down because of the potential for it to be successful. And you know, it's it's about networking. It's about and Black Wall Street knew that. It's about networking. Um, it's about us meeting one another, passing on the information that we have, and then passing um, information on of somebody else that has services or information that that person may need. And it's important. Networking is a huge thing. It's important. I mean, you see nowadays we have a lot of people that put on networking events just to come in there, and it's funny too because at networking events, I mean, every event can be a networking event, but like they have a specific network they call networking events, and it's kind of funny because when you go there, you think about it, if you've been a part of a networking event, it's like, what I'm saying, like honestly, you're really just you're kicking it. You're kicking it, right? You kick. Like, think about the networking events that you've been to. You really just out there kicking it, right? You're really just out there kicking it, having conversations, being social, being who you are, and then talking about yourself and talking about your business. You know what I'm saying? And talk about the things that you can do, or talk about information that you may have to share with people, and then eventually leaving there with people that want to find out more about what you do, or even people that want to tap into you and get, you know what I'm saying, get your services for them. So these networking events are huge, man. Whenever you can see one, or be a part of one, step in there. You know what I'm saying? Depends on how aggressively you want to be with your business, and because it's about who you know. I mean, I tell people this a lot of times, especially when I'm talking with sports and talking with parents and sports with kids. It's about who you know, man. Like, that's one of the things about networking. It's one thing about businesses. It's one thing about being the plug. You know what I'm saying, for somebody. It's about who you know. It's who you know, for real. With everything in life, it's who you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. And that's where the networking, and that's where the plugging in comes in at. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you're networking, the more you're tapping into people, the more you're plugging in the different people, different outlets, the more you're open-minded to listening to different ideals, the more people you meet, right? And the more people you meet, the more possibilities of implications of you going to the next level, or taking your stuff to the next level, business wise, sports wise, whatever it may be, right? And that honestly, that's a character, right? You got to build that character in yourself, where you're okay with meeting people, where you're okay with getting out there, engaging, and okay with talking about yourself and promoting yourself. And being proud of who you are, and being confident in the knowledge that you have. So that way, when you share that knowledge with other people, they understand that, okay, this is somebody I can plug into. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help me get to the next level. So, but yeah, man, I think one of the biggest things that I learned in regards to networking, and being a plug, man, is what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? Right. Two particular stories that I got. One, um, it's about a guy said he was sitting at home or whatever, and somebody, I guess his phone number was similar to a painting company, and it was like one number off. And he said, so he would always get calls about, painting, people asking about painting. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, for a while, he was like, man, what the heck, man? These people maybe thinking about maybe changing his phone number or whatever. And then he said, forget it. So one day he said he got a call, and somebody was like, yeah, I got a room that I want painted, and this and this and that or whatever. And the guy was like, he was like, look, all right. You know what I'm saying? It'll be this much money. It costs this much money. And I need this much money up front. And I'll get to work. He said the guy gave him the money up front. He said he went and got the paint. He said he went and got the supplies. And he said he ended up painting this person's house. And he said years later, you know what I'm saying, they got a painting business. So, you know what I'm saying? Second story. My jump out the plane story. I was at a networking event. My mom, whew, good Lord Jesus, man, the Most High, man, bless you for giving me that woman, man, or that woman, you know what I'm saying, being a part of my life and bringing me into this world. Because, man, she took me to a networking event, and man, she used to get me involved in everything, man, everything. That's what you got to. That's what I'm trying to tell you, parents, man. I've seen it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She used to get me and my brother involved in everything, man. We used to hate going to these places, but we learned a lot. And at this particular place we went to was a networking event. And it was like a model search network event or whatever that I went to. And so we're in there. We're in a conference hall with all these people. It's a lot of people, man. It had to be at least 200 people, probably somewhere around 150, 200 people. And so the guy at the front, he says, okay, who's willing to, you know what I'm saying? Who's willing to if we're in an airplane, you know what I'm saying? We up in an airplane. Who's willing to jump out of the airplane? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people raise their hand. You know what I'm saying? I raised my hand. And he's like, all right, well, who's willing to jump out, or no, who's willing to go in an airplane up 50,000 feet? A lot of people raise their hand. He said, okay, well, who's willing to jump out of the airplane? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people drop their hands. Then he's like, who's willing to jump out of the airplane with no parachute? Nobody raised their hand. I did. Nobody but me raised their hand. I was like, and then he was like, And he said, he called me up to the front, man. I'm telling you these stories is for real, man. So he called me up to the front. He's like, now he's like, now this is what I'm talking about. He's like, yes, we're all sitting in this room right now. He said, none of us are in an airplane right now, right? So none of us are about to jump out of this airplane. But the fact that I asked who was willing to do it, this person said, yeah. He said, that's what I'm talking about. You have to be willing to show that you're willing to do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? To make that happen, right? I was talking about the two examples of young kids I said earlier today, earlier in the show. You got to be ready to do it. Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you willing to do whatever it takes to get that off the chain. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to being a plug, if somebody needs that, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Okay. If you're not, let me give you the information to somebody that can make that happen. Right. And you got to figure that out. You got to figure out, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to risk it all? You know what I'm saying? Starting a business is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Betting on yourself. And you know what I'm saying, going through the struggles of being able to start a business. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have like that startup capital, it's very difficult. It's very difficult, but it's a rewarding experience in the long run. You know what I'm saying? But people that are willing to do whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying, they don't see it like that, man. They just look at it as the beginning steps before you walk into the building. So and you got to also know that it's a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a business. You got to respect the fact that it's a business. And talking about plugs and plugging in and the hookups. I was talking about that. Sorry, I'm a little dry mouthed. I don't want to tell you what, but yeah. So talking about that earlier, you know what I'm saying, with hookups and plugs and deals and exclusives and all this kind of stuff. And you got to realize it's a business, man. So with these prices that are out here nowadays, man, sometimes the plug price be more than the regular people price. You be like, hold up. But it's a business, and you got to understand that, you know what I'm saying? And you got to respect that, and there's nothing wrong with saying no, you know what I mean? Like, you got to plugs or people that are doing businesses and services and looking for people to buy into their stuff and their products and their services. They got to understand this too. But I think that's why they're able to be in the business, because they understand that some people will say no, and it's okay. But at the same time, you got people that are asking for services and information have to understand that it is a business for the person that you're talking about. Most likely for the person you're talking to, it is a business, right? And you got to respect their business. You got to respect their brand. So if they're charging things, man, you got to be willing to pay that, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay not to. It's okay to say, no, it's out of your range. I think that's the biggest thing you could do as adults too, is just give people the real stuff right up front. Say, hey, look, you know what? That's not the range I'm looking for, because they might work with you. You know what I'm saying? I've learned that in the past. I've had to tell people this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, talk to them, have conversations with them, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least let them know what your situation is, what you're going through, and see if they can still help. Because if they the plug, they're going to make it happen anyway. That's what plugs do. Original plugs, like crackheads back in the day, they going to make you know what I'm saying? TV 300. All I got is 25. I'll take that. That's what the crackheads do, man. Hey, so you know what I'm saying? That's me. When you teach me something or I see something, I can't unsee it. So I done seen the hookups. I done seen the plug. I done seen the original plugs. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I was a plug. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? Now I feel like I'm still kind of the plug right now. You know what I'm saying? More with information as of right now, but yeah, my services is out there too. We'll be coming out 800 Styles Production. We're gonna be pushing that out a little bit harder, and what our services are for you and what we provide through 800 Styles Productions. But same thing, it's a business, man. It's a business, so you got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Respect prices, but you know what I'm saying? I'll be the plug, so whatever you got, I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to figure out what you're doing it for. What you doing it for? Love or money? You're doing it for the love and for the money. Everything I do is for the love first. You know what I'm saying? Money's going to come. Money's going to come. I feel like it's time to start putting things out there more so with the priority of getting money. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get paid for all this stuff that we do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of money out here in the world, man. The United States is a plug right now. You know what I'm saying? Tap into the United States and get that money. It's a lot of money out here. Okay. Don't let this nation, don't let these people fool you. It's a lot of money out here, man. Plug in, tap in. And I feel like I'm a plug, man. I feel like I can still give you that information, send you in the right direction if I ain't got it, or I can help provide things for you, man, promote you, market you, and then, teach you a little bit along the way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that I provide, you know what I'm saying? If you like it, you take it. You buy into it, blessings. If not, it wasn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I'm just I'm talking real. And with today's social media, it's a lot easy. It's a lot easier to be the plug. You know what I'm saying? Because now all you gotta do is just boom, put a post on social media. Boom. Now you hit DMs, all this calculating, right? So it's a lot easier to be able to get yourself out there, market yourself, let people know where to go to for your services or for your information. And you know, one post sent across all social medias and you get a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of feedback. So being the plug right now in this age, man, is dope. It's gotta be dope. It's gotta be dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how the crackheads do. I don't even know if the crackheads around anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because they got, like I said, y'all, man, y'all young people, I feel sorry for y'all because I got all these drugs right now that y'all gotta fight off, man. Y'all gotta fight all this stuff off now. And but yeah, man, them crackheads back in the day, man, where them dudes at, man? Because hey, man, some deals I need right now. You know what I'm saying? If I had one coming through the neighborhood right now, boy, it'd be on deck. You know what I'm saying? It'd be on deck, boy. You know what I'm saying? But that was the plug back in the day. This is what it was. You know, so I'm gonna call it what it is. You know, so so shout out to all them. Shout out to little homie over there on Minnehaha Avenue where I lived that used to come through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of speculation about some things that transpired with that dude, but still, you know what I'm saying? He was dropping some stuff, man. I was getting some plug on some stuff. And um we're all niched in with each other. We are. Um 6 degrees of separation, man. And that's why social media is so easy to market and promote yourself because we're all 6 degrees of separation, man. Honestly, I think mine is probably about two. I think probably about 2 degrees. I think for real, and I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, like just to toot my own hizzy, you know what I'm saying? But um I feel like if you don't know me, I feel like the next person knows me or one more. I feel it's 2 degrees. I feel like one more, possibly. But by 2 degrees, you know me or know somebody that know me, right? So in terms of us, like how important it is for us to do that, to plug in, right, and to look out and to help each other. You don't know how close knit that somebody else is. Like it'd be cracking me up, especially now when I'm out in Apple Valley and some people that I be working with, when I work with them or I talk to them or whatever, and they tell me that I got somebody was like, yeah, they graduated from North. I'm like, no, what was wrong with it? Like, oh, for real? Yeah, so. Yeah. It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. So if we out here already, one, two hands away from somebody that we know or somebody that can help us, you give that help. You know what I'm saying? Give that help and respect the business of it, people. You know what I'm saying? Like respect the business part of it. Respect the fact that a lot of people are doing this even though they are the plug, a lot of people are doing this because this is their business, this is their livelihood. So we got to respect that too. We have to respect that, and then we have to respect the no's. We have to respect when people don't want your service or don't want your information, and be okay with that. We have to be okay with that because we got to understand the true intent of it, right? Be the true intent of being the plug, right? We got to understand the true intent of it. Are you doing it for personal gain? Are you doing it for love? Are you doing it for money? Are you doing it to help people out? Are you doing it because that's just what's in you? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just made like that to where they just always want to help people out, and honestly, if we got more people with that mentality that's just, has it in them, the more successful we would be as communities and as as areas and as businesses and as partners. I mean, that's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think it was important to have a segment on being the plug, because I think we need to understand how to do that. And you have to do that without the intent of just looking out for yourself and just looking out for one person. Because if another person is standing next to the person that you're helping, why not reach over and give them the help as well? Right? You know what I'm saying? If the more people that we can make succeed in life, the more we can get back to having Black Wall Street, the more we can get back to, and I label it Black Wall Street, but I feel like, everything is an example of something. I think Black Wall Street is an example of where we can get with our communities and stuff that we live in today. And you got to remember, we live in a time right now where it's a melting pot everywhere. So it's a lot of different cultures mixing in with each other. And if we learn to work with each other, we learn to blend in with each other. We learn to network with each other. We learn to communicate with each other. Everything I say always comes back. It always comes back. We learn to communicate with each other. We have good intent in what we do. We can be the plug, man. We can be the plug, man. Plug in, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said with the definition, man, it's electrical charge, transference, and be that electrical charge. Be somebody that somebody can plug into to give them a jolt of electricity and boost them, boost their marketability, boost their persona, just boost them up as a person to a better place in life. And being the plug, man, we can do that for each other, man. I think we can. Yeah, I got a little bit long-winded today, man. I really didn't think I was going to be going that long this afternoon show, but went about 50 minutes. I've been peeping that too, man. My talk has been about 50 minutes, man. I got a lot to talk about, man. I sit talk, man, all day long, man. So now that I'm on this show, man, I'm here giving y'all my daily affirmations. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking y'all down a walk with me. You know what I'm saying? And we sit in a chair. I'm sitting in a chair, but I'm taking you down a walk with me down the road of life, man. My life. Right? And I love it, man. I love y'all. Blessings to everybody, man. It's a beautiful day, man. It's been a beautiful week, man. It's going to continue to be another beautiful week. And get out there and enjoy this. It's that time of the year, man. It's huge. Also, 800 Styles Productions. It's that time of the year, y'all, for highlights, promos, videos, even some photo shoots. If I can't provide you photo shoot services, I got somebody that can. I can hook you up if I can't do it myself. But I do want to extend something out because it's that time of the year, season time for highlights. You need a highlight video for your kid, promo video for your kid in regards to sports. In particular, anything I will do, but in particular, sports, get at me. I can get a highlight video for you. I can get you, some pizzazz, man, and something that's very marketable for your kid. And then for kids that want to go to the next level, get into college, get a recruiting video. So holla at me, man. I'll put something up later about that and kind of promote that offering for you. The plug, you know what I'm saying? I'll be the plug, boy. Plug in, tap in. But one love to y'all. Everybody have a great day. Blessings to you. I'll talk to you guys tonight. As we speak about love languages. I know y'all know about them love languages, so we'll talk about that tonight on the Tonight Show when the grown and sexy people are talking. You know what I'm saying? Put the kids to bed. Kids go to bed. Don't be on my late night show. Yeah, have a good day, everybody. Blessings. Love y'all from the God. Yeah.